Ano, saan tayo pupunta? Magbahay Tsinoy kaya tayo.
Saan yun?
Alam niyo guys, pwede tayo sumakay sa LRT station. Baba tayo ng Central Terminal Station, which is about 1.5 km away from the Bahay Tsinoy.
Oh, tara na! Punta na tayo dun!
Let's go!
Okay, so time check tayo. It's already 下午2点52分。我叫 Daryl。
条 Angelica.
我叫 MJ. 我叫 Precious.
Ciao, Trina.
我叫 Varen。
Why Bahay Tsinoy is special? The Bahay Tsinoy is a museum located in the Intramuros or Old World City in Manila. Housed within the Kaisa Angelo King Heritage Center building, the museum documents the history, lives, and contributions of the Chinese in the Philippine life and history. The museum was designed by Eva Fenamora in collaboration with the late architect Conrado Fernandez in 1996 and completed and inaugurated in 1999.
It is open from Xingqi or Xingqi Tian, from Xiao Yi Tian to Xiao Yi Tian.
For the fee, we pay for adults, the shoe for students. Let us review first the rules before entering. TE, you shouldn't touch any items there. It's required to talk quietly and move slowly. Tier, you can't bring foods and drinks inside the museum. T-Sun, it's allowed to take pictures there, but taking a video is strictly not allowed. T-Se, observe silence as you enter the museum.
Here's our little montage. Ching Chang Yong! Ni hao! Xiao hao! We're at Bahay Tsinoy! So now we are going to discuss on what we saw inside the Bahay Tsinoy. In every aspect of Philippine life, in every phase of Philippine history, in its culture and traditions, language and song, in every Filipino there troves a Chinese presence. It found its way there long before the Philippines recorded history. At the time when Chinese of the big continent found along their trade route, partners among the inhabitants of the scattered islands across the China Sea. Being neighbors linked by navigable waters, they nurtured this partnership which blossomed into friendship as their exchanges influenced their way of life.
Pottery. Chinese pottery and porcelain ware have been recovered in archaeological excavation all over the country, especially in rural sites. This attests to the volume of traded wares in the early centuries. Shoreline taboo. Chinese-Philippine trade relations covered north to south of the Philippine Islands by the late 10th century, according to early records. The mode of exchange was barter. Traded items were yellow wax, cotton, true pearls, tortoise shell, metal nuts in exchange for Chinese porcelain, trade gold, colored glass beards, pottery, cloths, ornaments, and iron needles.
The Annals, earliest mention of a place called Mai, probably Mindoro or Manila, appears in the Song Annals, which recorded a visit to Canton by Mai traders. UN Annals refer to 3 islands presumed to be in the Philippines. In several volumes of the Ming Annals, Luzon, Pangasinan, Mindoro, and Sulu are written about.
Asian coins. Coins said to be circulated between 7th and 14th century have been excavated in the southern islands of the archipelago. These specimens were found in Cebu, Leyte, and Bohol.
The Parian, a kind of ghetto where the Chinese of the Spanish colonial period was confined, was called the Parian. It was first established in 1582
just outside Intramuros, or the walls of the Spanish city. The Chinese who resided here provided labor and goods to the colonial city. To the Spaniards, they earned highly, therefore, they had to pay the most taxes.
China Banking Corporation. The first Chinese bank in the Philippines was incorporated on the 20th of July in the year 1920 with an authorized capital of 10 million. It opened for business on the 16th day of August in the year 1920 at Rosario Street in Binondo.
The Atay bed. The 19th century four-poster bed carved and dressed in lace was made by Eduardo Atay, a Binondo Chinese, who was a famous furniture maker on Mesicordio Street. Atay's signature design is the kalabasa or squash design carved on the post.
Kitchen utensils, then and now, called by their Chinese name are Bahay, Bilao, and Sianse. Food processing techniques like bihon, miki, tanghon, niswa, tausi, taho, and tokwa. Culinary arts that brought snacks like biko, bitsu, hopia, lumpia, tikoy, huba, bautsu, pansit, siopaw and siomai, lomi, and goto.
Jaime Cardinal Sin, described as the most influential man in Asia today, and called as the Richelieu of Asia by the Time magazine. This vestment, skull cap, sash, and mitre was used by Cardinal Sin when he officiated the Mass for the Fourth Synod of Manila on April 13, 1979.
Corazon Cojuangco Aquino, the Philippines and Asia's first woman president, was thrust to the political front after the assassination in year 1963 of her husband Benigno Aquino Jr., then President Ferdinand Marcos' strongest opponent.
Jose Marie Chan. Jose Marie Chan's fame lies in his music. His melodic compositions are known by heart all over the archipelago. Ang Kyoko. Ang Kyoko's passion for painting began when he was 5 years old and growing up in the general merchandise store managed by his Chinese immigrant parents. He would later leave Davao City for fine art lesson. He would take under Vicente Manansala. The Angelo King Foundation Incorporation or AKFI, The Quiet Hand. Countless dreams in Philippine communities have become real today. Dreams that enrich both big and small lives. Some are simple livelihood, others more complex such as education, better technology, and still others deep and broad in reach as in health and even spiritual care. The dream shapes are varied: training centers, multi-purpose buildings, schools, hospitals, homes, and even chapels.
The AKFI Foundation was founded in the year 1978 to translate into action the ideas, philosophy, and vision of Angelo King. His life and work ethics underlie the philosophy that shaped the AKFI to help the country's poor and unfortunate not by dole outs, but by providing what it would take for them to gain a head start in life. We are Chinese of blood and ancestry, and we are the Filipinos born in the Philippines. We are proud with both our origins and the life we strive to nurture to full blossom our present and our future. Unity, pagkakaisa, our vision molds our deepest concerns, drives and motivates us to enhance understanding between the various ethnic groups in our country. We are Tsinoy, the men and women of Kaisa. Kaisa has been publishing Pilay since 1988. The first Filipino-Chinese digest tackling varied issues and topics relevant to the Chinoys and Young Hub, a weekly supplement.
Alfonso Tiuchenko is an ambassador, civic leader, industrialist, banker, and insurance industry pillar believes. Lucio L. Tan. Tan's major challenges are identified in business circles as suicidal moves such as heavy investments in Philippine Airlines, a challenge he took on not for financial gain but to keep the Philippine flag flying visibly. Henry C. Sr. The Philippines is priming itself for its key role in tourism, and Henry C. Small of Asia, forerunner of his next wave of shopping and leisure destinations, is in the lead. C believes that the Philippines is well positioned to become a tourist hub in the Asia-Pacific region, proudly citing the archipelago's more than 7,000 islands, the inimitable friendliness and hospitality of the Filipino, and his being able to speak English as the refutable reasons.
Bahay Filipino-Chinese Charity Health Center. The Bahay Filipino-Chinese Charity Health Center has been conducting regular medical and dental clinics since the late 1990s, assisted by the Pasay Volunteer Fire Brigade. Thousands of indigent patients, including those with eye problems, have been treated by the volunteer doctors and dentists. Free medicines are also distributed during the medical missions.
The Philippine Chinese Schools. One of the first priorities the emerging Chinese community acted on during the Philippine Revolutionary and American colonial government was the establishment of schools. The first of this was the Angelo Chinese School, opened in year 1899 by Tan Chi Long in the Chinese Consulate's compound in Manila.
The museum is fully air-conditioned and housed within the Kaisa Angelo T. Heritage Center building, which also houses the office of Kaisa para sa Kaunlaran Incorporation, Chinbin C. Memorial Library, the Awai Kang Theatre Auditorium, the Benito Ku Hui Gam Hall, and the Pao Shi Tian and Nadaming Seminar Rooms, which all constitute the Kaisa Heritage Center. The museum is divided into the following sections: early contracts, imperial colonial culture, emergency of the Chinese community, life in the 1800s, and national leaders of Chinese descent. Gallery of rare paints and photographs, Martyrs Hall, Ceramics Collection, Euro Philippine Shell Collection, Chinoy's in National Building, inaugurated in 2004. And lastly, In Defense of Freedom.
The Bahay Tsinoy Museum is a don't stop for history-minded visitors to Manila. And for those Chinese heritage, Bahay Tsinoy is a museum which presents the story of the Chinese in Philippine history. Also, the Bahay Tsinoy is located in the historic wall Intramuros area of Manila on Anda Street, making it easy to combine to visit to this museum and with several other Intramuros attractions and amenities. Make sure to visit the museum soon. 谢谢，再见。